Imagine being 13 years old, sitting in class, when suddenly you're pulled out of school. Your vice principal and youth pastor are standing there with devastating news. Your mother has been shot. And in that moment of pure terror, you already know who did it. You whisper the name. It was Chuck, wasn't it? That was April 30th, 1998. 28 years later, on January the 28th, 2026, justice finally arrived. This is the story of Charles the Victor Thompson, the first person executed in America this year. Charles the Victor Thompson was a man who couldn't let go. After dating Dennise Hayslip for about a year, their relationship ended when Thompson became increasingly possessive, jealous, and violent. Dennise, a 39-year-old hard-working nail salon owner and devoted mother, had found someone new, Darren Cain, a 30-year-old man who treated her with respect and kindness. But Thompson couldn't accept this. On that fateful night of April 30th, 1998, at around 3 a.m., Thompson showed up at Denise's apartment in Tomball, a Houston suburb. He was drunk and angry. A fight broke out between Thompson and Darren. The police were called. Deputies arrived and told Thompson to leave the apartment complex. It seemed like the situation was under control, but it wasn't over, not even close. 3 hours later, Thompson returned. This time, he brought a gun. He kicked down Denise's apartment door and opened fire. He shot Darren Cain 4 times, including an execution-style shot to the back of his head as he lay on the floor. Then he turned to Dennise. He shot her in the leg as she tried to run, then grabbed her and shot her at close range in the cheek. Darren died at the scene. Dennise, barely clinging to life, was rushed to the hospital where she would die a week later. But before she died, she identified her killer. She said his name, Chuck. Dennise Hayslip was more than just a victim. She was a mother who worked 6 days a week to provide for her son, Wade. She owned her own nail salon and sacrificed everything to send Wade to private school, even when money was tight. Wade remembers his mother as compassionate and humble, someone who taught him to always look out for others. When Wade told his mum he was going to befriend an outcast at school, she cried tears of pride. After her murder, Wade's life was forever changed. Every milestone, graduating high school, going to college, getting married, having his own 3 sons, all of these moments had an empty space where his mother should have been. For 28 years, Wade Hayslip has carried this pain, and Thompson's high-profile presence on death row only made it worse. Charles Thompson's case took a shocking turn in 2005. After his original death sentence was overturned on a technicality, he was granted a new sentencing hearing. A jury once again sentenced him to death. But what happened next made national headlines. Thompson was being held at the Harris County Jail in Houston when he pulled off one of the most brazen escapes in Texas history. Left alone in an attorney visitation room, Thompson somehow slipped out of his handcuffs. He had smuggled in khakis and a golf shirt and changed out of his orange jumpsuit. Then, using his prison ID card covered with tape to hide the word offender, he walked out the front door of the jail. He simply posed as an investigator with the Texas Attorney General's office, waved his fake badge, and walked past several deputies without anyone stopping him. Thompson hopped on a freight train and traveled 240 miles to Shreveport, Louisiana. There, he posed as a Hurricane Katrina evacuee to blend in with displaced people. For 3 days, he was free. He later told reporters, "I got to smell the trees, feel the wind in my hair, grass under my feet, see the stars at night. It took me straight back to childhood." But freedom didn't last. Acting on a tip, authorities found him drunk and penniless outside a liquor store. The manhunt was over, and Thompson was back behind bars. On January 28, 2026, nearly 3 decades after his crimes, Charles Victor Thompson's time finally ran out. His final appeals to the US Supreme Court were denied. The Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles rejected his clemency request. At 6 p.m. Central Time, Thompson was strapped to a gurney in the execution chamber at the Huntsville State Penitentiary in Texas. Among the witnesses was Wade Hayslip, now 41 years old, who had traveled from Chicago to watch the man who murdered his mother take his last breath. Before the lethal injection began, Thompson was given a chance to speak his final words. A spiritual advisor prayed over him for 3 minutes. Then Thompson spoke. "I hope the victims' families, their extended families, and their loved ones can find forgiveness in their hearts, and that you can begin to heal and move past this," Thompson said. His voice was calm, but filled with emotion. "There are no winners in this situation. It creates more victims and traumatizes more people 28 years later. I'm sorry for what I did. I'm sorry for what happened. And I want to tell all of you all, I love you, and keep Jesus in your life. Keep Jesus first." As the lethal dose of pentobarbital entered his veins, Thompson gasped loudly. He took about a dozen breaths that evolved into 3 snores. Then all movement stopped. At 6:50 p.m., 22 minutes after the injection began, Charles Victor Thompson was pronounced dead. He became the first person executed in the United States in 2026. Harris County District Attorney Sean Tier, who witnessed the execution, said it brought long-awaited closure to the victims' families. "This is an incredibly solemn moment when the state takes a life," Tier said, "but the relief that this is over for them was palpable. For Wade Hayslip, the execution doesn't bring closure, but it does mark the end of a chapter. It's more of the end of a chapter and the beginning of a new one," Wade said. "I'm looking forward to the new one." After 28 years of pain, after watching Thompson gain notoriety and even develop a fan base online, after receiving hate mail from Thompson's supporters who called his mother horrible names, Wade can finally begin to heal. 2 lives were taken on April 30th, 1998. Dennise Hayslip, a loving mother and hard-working woman. Darren Cain, a man who simply wanted to love and protect her. On January 28th, 2026, justice was served, but the scars remain. The families will never forget, and Denise's son will live the rest of his life without his mother. This is the story of Charles the Victor Thompson, a man who destroyed lives, escaped justice temporarily, but ultimately could not escape the consequences of his actions.